student sections from floor to ceiling on both sides here for the Redbirds and for Morton. This place is alive with action.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting ball game. This is kind of what we've always wanted high school basketball to be, especially for Metamora. You know, we've won 5 straight regionals. So, you know, we go for number 6 here tonight. So it's pretty exciting time for basketball in Metamora. And, you know, I look for us to be a little bit. I think we only made 3 threes the other night. Logan Vasquez had 2. Briggs Breesy, I believe, had 1, and then nobody else made a 3. We've got to be able to shoot more tonight and make them. If we get an open shot, we have to connect. We can't afford to not have, open shots not fall.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, and I think a big part of that is we've got to play physical. We've got to get in the lane, and then we've got to kick the ball out and get those nice squared-up looks, that inside-out three-point look. That we were getting that earlier in the year, and when you get those, all of a sudden our three-point shooting percentage goes way up. You know, but, you know, when you're shooting off the angle or you're doing a step back or, you know, all these other little things we do, that percentage goes down substantially. So, to me, you know, if we can get the ball, get a touch in the paint, and kick it back out.
You know, I was talking to some of the Metamora coaches, and they said that prior to this last Wednesday, a lot of times we'd drive to the basket and we'd kick it out, and we had the layup. You got to know when to kick it and when to just go ahead and hit that layup.
Yeah, true. Absolutely. You know.
And you know, before we were making those good decisions, and I thought the other night we made some really good decisions on that. And we've got to continue to do that tonight. We did that when we played here back in December. That's got to continue here tonight.
Definitely. You know, we got to take care of the ball. You know, turnovers have been a problem here and there for the Redbirds. Got to take care of the ball tonight. That's just something you cannot give this Morton team. Extra possessions against you, you know.
Right.
And then to me, you know, a big piece of the Dunlap game the other night was, you know, obviously we stepped up. We played extremely physical. I think Zach Bourne set the best screen of the season.
Oh, by far.
Which is kind of the you know, again, out of the Joe Nealon playbook, which was outstanding. But the other piece of that was on the defensive side, Brady Jones was outstanding on the defensive boards. I mean, he literally controlled the defensive boards. And then there were times, you know, the Redbirds just took that defensive board and attacked and really beat the defense down the floor and got some high percentage looks off the transition offense. And I think that's something else you have to do here because, you know, this Morton team, again, all seniors with Petty coming in, big, strong, disciplined. You know, they're gonna try to out-physical us here in their own gym. And so if we can beat that defense down the floor, that gives us a tremendous opportunity to score some points at a way higher clip. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Randy, I agree with you. I think that, you know, Petty's kind of the key tonight. If he is not able to go, then that is a huge plus for Metamora.
Definitely. And I'm just trying to think back in that game. Were the Redbirds at full strength when we played them? Did we have everybody?
Yeah,
Geyer played that game.
Yeah,
Jones played that game. So,
everybody. We had everybody.
That seems so long ago. It's hard to remember that far back.
We lost guys in January. January 12th was the last time we were completely 100% healthy until Wednesday night.
Okay.
And then Wednesday night we had all the flu.
Yeah, you're right. You know, Koch was held out of the starting lineup with the flu, so hopefully he's feeling a little better today. He's hydrated, ready to go.
His dad said he felt great today.
Okay, fantastic. So it looks like Redbirds are at full strength here. And, you know, Geyer got a nice game underneath his belt there and really did a nice job. Again, you know, against, you know, Dunlap threw a little switching defense, a little bit of trap, little jump and run. And there were times that, you know, Geyer did a great job just getting the ball in the middle of the floor and making a decision, either taking it in, hitting a little jump shot, or kicking it out for a three. So that, you know, Geyer just seems to have a calming presence about the Redbirds when we get into those switching defense situations and we got to work against that zone.
Yep. It looks like Petty's out there.
Yeah, I know that he was dressing for sure. Like I said, I just don't know how healthy he is. But and that game against Limestone, I don't know. I think Morton won by 20 points or whatnot. So, I got to believe Morton's in postseason shape here.
Oh, for sure.
Ready to go with the senior lineup being here at home. I don't know if there's a point spread in this game, Scott. But
well, I would think they have seniors and they're at home. I'm saying it's a 7 to 10 point game in their advantage.
Yeah.
Eli,
yeah.
Our third member of the broadcast.
Yeah, I would say in between 5 and 10, favor of Morton, I think, is what I've kind of come to as I've been thinking about it at school today.
Yeah, I think so too. But if we come on, we hit our threes.
We're dangerous. We saw it in the game we were here earlier in the year too.
We know this Redbird team. If we're hitting our shots, we can play with anybody in the state. Going up to the Jack Tosh over Christmas and playing with all the big 4A schools and competing with them, we know we're capable, right? The question is, are we able to execute, right? Can we put that into season form here in a very difficult place to play here in Morton?
For sure, for sure. Brady, how does this though? Let's say we get the win here tonight. What a shot in the arm to a basketball program that returns 99.9% of its scoring.
I tell you what, Scott. I know this sounds maybe popping our collar here a little bit, but we've kind of said all year this is the year to beat Metamora. You know what I mean? Because I think the next 2 years our program is going to be at a very, very high level. Not that we're not at a high level right now.
No,
you know what I mean?
But it's even going to be a step above.
But this is the year to beat us because, you got really, Brady Jones was the one returning starter that we had coming into the season. So now all these guys have had a season to mature and kind of grow up. So we'll see what our product is here right now. But I agree. You look to next year and the following year, very exciting. And I think there's, we talked about a lot of our kids out here don't have driver's license quite yet. That are playing, contributing majorly to the Metamora program right now.
I think they have all. I think all of them have it except for Sam Koch.
Okay, all right. So they slowly got their driver's license throughout the season here. So that's pretty wild to think about that. So a lot of maturing to be done on the Redbird side, but again, the ability to play at an extremely high level.
Yeah.
So. Redbirds come in here, 21-9, I believe, and
21-9.
And I haven't looked at the Morton record. What is what is Morton's record? What's their record? It's like Eli's looking that up for us right now.
I see 27-4.
27-4.
That's what Max Preps has them at 27-4.
For Morton, and I gotta believe. I don't think they've lost any games here at home.
They're on a 20-game win streak.
Besides Metamora beating them here in triple overtime, that might be the one home loss that they have in this building this year. So, what a game! I mean, what a setup for a regional championship here tonight. Unbelievable. Like you said, Scott, this is what high school basketball is all about,
Yep.
And win or go home here tonight in Morton.
It'll be interesting. I think it's going to be very interesting. Packed house. There's not many empty seats here.
No, absolutely not. Like I said, people were looking for tickets to get into this game here today, and it literally sold out, Again, we don't want the fire marshal coming by here tonight, Scott. You know what I mean? That could be a problem. But, you got people sitting up on the stage here. And I believe Morton's doing a Hall of Fame thing here tonight. doing some introductions. I want to. Somebody mentioned earlier, like Coach Bob Becker might be going into their Hall of Fame here tonight.
Kind of an odd time to do that, isn't it?
It is an odd time to do it, but maybe them knowing that they were hosting the regional, maybe that's how they set that up. But you're right. Usually
I didn't
do
think
that
you were
during the
supposed
regular
to be able
season.
to do that. You can't have a
I don't know. I think you might have to file a grievance with the IHSA, Scott, on that. But I don't know. I don't know those rules. It'll be interesting to see. But that is the word on the street that I've heard. So unconfirmed. That's all rumors, but we'll see. But maybe that's what these folks up on the stage, maybe that's what's going on here. Not quite sure. So, but again, I think we're in a similar situation that we were against Dunlap. I mean, we know what Morton has. We know what they're about. They're an extremely successful, talented, well-coached team. But the Redbirds really hold their destiny in their own hands right now. If the Redbirds come out here and play the way they're fully capable of playing, they could come out of here with the victory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If we don't, I mean, Morton is going to show us no mercy.
Oh, for sure, and he should.
I mean, this is what they've been built to do all year. So this would be a big upset if the Redbirds can come in and pull this one off.
Boy, it's even filling up. You still see people walking in, and it's crazy.
Yeah, you can just feel the temperature rising here minute by minute. All these bodies in here, everybody breathing and getting all fired up, ready to go. So you're right. Imagine there's a long line at the concession stand down there, Scott,
You're not supposed to be able to turn off the lights and do all that stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you're right. It's postseason. This is supposed to be more like a neutral type
side
environment. I mean, that's the theory, right? I don't know that reality works that way, but
Off topic, but East Peoria is beating Peoria High by 3 points to start the fourth quarter here in Galesburg. So that's the winner of this match. This one will match up against the winner of that one.
Yeah, that's East Peoria without Du Bois.
No, Du Bois is playing tonight.
Oh, he is
through the broken arm.
I saw something in the paper that he was done.
Remember last week, Nick said that he would play.
Wow. I mean, am I crazy? But wasn't there an article in the paper that he was done?
Yeah.
Man, well, I mean, he's a competitor, so if he had to play left-handed or with one hand tied behind his back, he was going to get out there and play. That's just the kind of kid Du Bois is, Wow. Yeah, you look at East Peoria, you look at Peoria High. I mean, you got some high-level teams coming out of this sectional here.
But I think East Peoria's got 4 seniors. Central has 2.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Central is young, for sure. Well, we'll turn it over to the PA here, and we'll do national anthem and player announcements.
This athletic event is conducted under regulations of the Illinois High School Association. We encourage you to demonstrate good sportsmanship throughout the contest, no matter what your personal feelings of loyalty may be. The officials and staff have the right to remove anyone from the gym who they find detrimental to the atmosphere. And now at this time, would everyone please rise as we honor America with the singing of our
Well, Randy, we're going to have a little bit of a height advantage since Petty's not starting.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but Morton comes out with 5 seniors.
They go ahead and play 5.
And here we go. The Morton student section's up, and Morton controls the tip. Zeller brings it up. Looks like he's guarded by Koch. Ball goes into Steffen, back to Zeller. They're running the key through a double screen up top, kind of looking for a three-pointer to get things going. Burns gets in the lane, gives it up to McKee for the reverse layup. Vasquez brings it up for the Redbirds, guarded by McKee. Gets the ball to Jones out top, guarded by Zeller. Now over to Koch, guarded by Steffen. Busey, guarded by Adams. Busey gets in the lane. Ball gets knocked away. And jump ball. And that'll be Metamora to inbound. You just feel the energy in this building, Scotty.
Yeah.
I mean,
is that a turnover?
These guys.
No, because we kept the ball.
No, we retained possession. Ball goes to Vasquez. Now to Koch in the corner. Jones comes up, sets the screen for Vasquez. Vasquez gets downhill. Ball gets knocked away. Jones gets it. Gets blocked by Burns. And now Adams is on the move for Morton. McKee gets it. McKee with the three-pointers up. It's long. Busey with the rebound. Redbirds are on the run. And Busey now sets things up. Gets a screen from Bourne. Ball goes into Bourne in the high post. Works his way in, kicks it out to Vasquez. Bourne now. Burns. Gets it out to Busey for 3. Just long. And Jones just can't corral the rebound. And Adams comes up with it.
Pretty good look, though, by Busey.
Yeah. He now takes it down, and they call a foul on the floor. That goes against Vasquez. That'll be his first.
Did he hold him? I think he held him.
Yeah, just bumped him a little bit on the drive there. So Morton to inbound underneath their own hoop. Steffen now works his way down on Bourne. Little jumper. It goes. Vasquez picks up a little screen from Bourne, gets it out to Busey, back to Bourne. Bourne now works his way against Burns. Puts it up with the left hand, just rims out. Burns with the rebound, gets it out to Steffen, crosses it. Now Vasquez with the steal. Vasquez now gets it down to Jones, gets bumped, and nothing doing. And Burns now comes up with the rebound. Awful physical down there in the paint tonight. And Morton setting a ton of screens down away from the ball. Burns now works his way in the paint, kicks it out, miscommunication. Steffen recovers it. McKee now loses it. Bourne picks it up. Vasquez now gets it up to Koch. Koch gets in the paint. Attack, and he gets fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And Koch, he must have took a shot somehow there, but
good. I like him taking it right at them.
Yeah, I like him being aggressive there. So hopefully Koch is okay. He was kind of holding the back of his head there a little bit. The foul goes against Zeller. That's his first.
Come on, Sammy, you got to make these. I'll get Geyer up off the Redbird bench. He'll come in for Bourne.
I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of free throws tonight. The physical nature of this game tonight. So Koch opens up the scoring for the Redbirds here. Adams gets it to Zeller on the wing. Stefan now sets a screen for him. Ball goes up, little flip shot by Zeller. Busey with the rebound.
Boy, he got up there for that one.
Busey gets it to Geyer. Down to Jones on the block. And gets picked away by Zeller.
I like the entry pass, but you just got to be stronger with the ball.
Keep that ball up. You know, Zeller was kind of stalking on the backside, and he put it down. McKee with a nice move in the lane. Ball doesn't go. And Stefan with the rebound.
Oh, they're calling over the back.
And he is going to get called for the offensive foul. So, no basket. And that's
I got to admit, I didn't really see that.
I mean, the way he jumped was kind of awkward. And now Petty
is back into the game.
Or is into the game for Zeller. So, first time we're seeing the junior Brandon Petty out here. See how he feels. He's guarding Jones. Koch drives the lane.
And climbs in. I like how he's taking it to the basket.
I like to see Sam Koch attacking the rim, absolutely, and such a capable finisher. And there's Busey with the rebound off the Adams miss. Gets doubled up top. Vasquez comes up. Geyer, guarded by Burns, works his way. Gets it to Busey. Busey now drives the lane, goes up strong, and just couldn't get the handle.
Did he just lose the ball going
Stefan
up?
now recovers. McKee for three, and does not hit anything. And that'll be Metamora ball to inbound. And now we've got off the bench, we've got Thomas Krupa coming in. He replaces Burns for the Potters.
He's 6'7". They've got some height out there now with Petty and Krupa.
Petty at 6'6", I believe, and Krupa at 6'7". So you're right, you got some big boys down low there. Krupa takes on the task of guarding Geyer. And Koch thought about the three. Now he takes it downhill, drives up off the glass, and finishes. It gives
the Redbirds a lead.
1-point lead here with under 3 to go in the first quarter.
Colin Morrison up off the Redbird bench.
Petty now pulls up for three, and Krupa now saves it to Busey. Busey now gets it up to Koch. Now to Geyer. Geyer attacks the lane, gets it out to Busey. Now to Koch. Over to Jones, back to Busey. Now to Geyer. Geyer hands off to Busey out front. Gets it over to Vasquez, guarded by McKee. Geyer gets it in the paint. Little floater. Good. Boy, Geyer does a nice job working in the paint.
He's getting that ball at that free throw line. He makes really good decisions.
Adams gets downhill. It kicks it out to Petty. Now to Stefan. Stefan pulls up for the little jumper. It's good. Jones, guarded by Petty, gets it out to Busey. Now to Geyer. Koch, little backdoor cut.
And
layup is good. Great pass by Geyer.
Geyer is just, he's the key right now.
Tell you what, his vision is outstanding. And Adams drives in and gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot two. Foul goes against Busey. That'll be Busey's first.
This one's up and good.
Couple subs for Morton here. They bring in number 3, Jack Wilderman, and Zeller returns. And
so they're going, well, they didn't replace either one of their big guys. So
Stefan comes out, and it looks like Wilderman's going in for the free throw shooter. And Petty now gets the rebound off the free throw miss. He now gets the screen from Krupa.
Nice hedge by Geyer.
Yeah, got out there and just slowed him down enough. Ball goes out to half court. That's going to be over and back, and that'll be a turnover. It'll be Metamora ball. And now Wilderman comes in. He replaces Adams for the Potters.
Colin Morrison came into the game, too, just before that free throw.
And Morrison looks like he replaces Busey for the Redbirds. Ball goes into Vasquez in the backcourt.
Under a minute to go here in this first quarter.
He'll bring it up against McKee. Now to Morrison. Gets the ball to Geyer. Geyer now. Out to Jones for three.
Go!
And it's good. A high archer. He kind of had to adjust that shot because Petty was out there closing. And, man, that thing brought some rain down with it, Scotty.
Man. It almost hit the bottom of the box.
Yeah. Zeller gets downhill, doesn't go, and Koch with the rebound. Redbirds are on the run. Out to Geyer, drives baseline, gets it to Jones. Jones now gets fouled by Wilderman on the backside. So Redbirds will inbound underneath their own hoop. And Burns now checks back into the lineup for the Potters. He replaces McKee.
Colin Morrison will inbound for Metamora.
Ball goes into Vasquez, guarded by Wilderman. 12 seconds. Hands off to Morrison. 8 seconds. Now to Geyer. Geyer works his way in the paint. Spins. Little shot. Doesn't go. Petty with the rebound. Launches it full court. And that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. Redbirds up by 5. 12-7.
Let's
Here
hear
at the Potter Dome.
We'll take some time to hear from our sponsors. So we start the second quarter. It'll be Potter ball to start the second quarter.
Zeller brings it up against Koch. Gets it to Burns against Jones. Hands off to Petty. Petty gets a little jump shot. And it goes.
That's a nice shot.
Yeah,
that's a real nice shot for him.
You know, 6'6", he elevates, and I mean, it's awful tough to stop that. Cuts the Redbird lead to 3. Morrison gets it to Geyer. Now to Koch. Koch hands off to Vasquez out front. Picks up a screen from Geyer. Backdoor cut to Morrison.
And good.
The layup is good. Nice action there on the backside. Nice
what an
cut by
instant pass.
Morrison. Yeah. Petty, guarded by Geyer. Gets it to Adams. Now to Burns. Burns works his way and hands off to McKee. McKee gets stuck and has to throw the ball away. So McKee with the turnover.
And Morton will take a timeout.
McKee just kind of got too deep there and just didn't have a place to go. And it's a nice job by Jones to kind of come in and wall up and make himself big, and there just really wasn't the options. I think he was looking for someone to cut down the lane to dump off to, but it just wasn't there.
Eli, do you have a score on that East Peoria Central game?
East Peoria won. Caden Turner had the ball with 30 seconds left, and his 3 didn't go. East Peoria won.
By what was the score? Close?
It was a 3 that needed to go for East Peoria. It was a 3 that needed to go for or Peoria, excuse me, and they didn't get it. So East Peoria kind of free throwed their way to victory after that, I think.
Wow. So it'll be tough. I wonder how many.
It'd be Redbird ball after the timeout. But what now?
I wonder how many the big guy from East Peoria had. You know, he's
Kit?
so tough. Yeah, Kit. Koch gets it to Geyer. Guarded by Burns. Back to Koch. Now to Morrison. Guarded by Petty.
There's a switch. They got him on a switch there. Get
Geyer
it down
now. Gets the ball up, and Adams just gets high enough to tip it away. Turnover there. Now they get the ball to Petty, who finishes on the alley-oop layup. Cuts the lead down to 3 here.
I saw that they had Jones with a mismatch.
Gotta get that ball way up high, but Adams did a nice job.
Yes.
Playing defense and working in there and being physical on the front side. Morrison now gets it to Koch on the wing. Koch drives the lane and just lost it. Steffen with the recovery. There's Petty against Koch. And
oh, my.
They called a block, and Koch was in excellent defensive position there. So
how can that be a foul, Randy?
I know Coach Dame isn't happy, but sometimes that's just the way the whistle goes. But
that's Koch's second.
That's 2 on Koch now. So Koch will come out. Busey comes back in for him. And Petty comes out of the game. And McKee now gets downhill, and he drives in on Busey, and that'll be Busey's second foul for the Redbirds. So all of a sudden the Redbirds here, a little foul trouble. I don't know if Koch had 2 or 1. I think Busey had 1 earlier. I don't think Koch had another foul. That might be his first.
Yeah.
So.
And that'll bring in Zach Bourne. He'll replace Geyer. Nice minutes from Geyer.
Yeah, it does a great job in that high post distributing the ball. McKee brings the Potters within 1 here. Bourne sets a screen for Vasquez. Now to Morrison. Morrison gets it to Bourne. Bourne now in the paint. Gets it out to Morrison again. Sets the screen. And now ball almost getting. Bourne now gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. And that goes against Zeller. And that'll be Zeller's second.
Bourne to go to the line for 2. This one's up and good.
Nice work by Zach Bourne in the paint, going up strong. And now for Morton, Petty comes back into the game. He replaces Zeller, having to sit down with the 2 fouls.
And Bourne gets them both.
Nice job by Zach Bourne, stepping up and knocking down his free throws. Adams, guarded by Busey. Now to McKee, guarded by Morrison. McKee gets it to Petty for 3. Long. Burns comes up with the rebound, spins in the lane. He traveled.
He traveled.
We'll see. Okay, good.
Yeah.
That was a kind of a late whistle there.
Yeah.
But he really pulled that pivot.
Oh.
So nice call by the back official on that, because nobody else saw it. Vasquez hands it off to Busey. Now to Jones, guarded by Petty. Over to Bourne. Now to Busey. Now to Vasquez. Takes the 3. Gets to Morrison for 3. And it's good out of the corner. Wow, Redbirds with a 6-point lead here with 4:40 to go in the half. Adams gets to Steffen. Steffen now hands it off to Burns. Burns wants to work his way in. Petty now, pull-up jumper. Just rims out. Burns goes up high for the rebound, puts it back in. And wow,
pretty nice
really
rebound.
Guide for that.
Yeah.
Boy, he's an aggressive kid. Vasquez now gets it to Bourne in the middle. Hands it off back to Vasquez. Hands it off to Busey. Now to Morrison. Back to Bourne. Hands it off to Morrison for 3.
Good.
And it's good. Wow. Colin Morrison with a couple big 3-pointers here just before half. And wow. Ball goes down to Burns in the post. Guarded by Vasquez. Kicks it out to Petty now for 3. It's up, no good. And we've got a hold. And that's going to go
against Vasquez.
Against Yeah, I believe Vasquez. Yep, and it is.
And it was. He was holding. He is a mismatch.
So, yeah, I mean, Burns is a lot for him to handle. You know, Burns comes in, he's 6'3", and I mean, he's a solid 6'3".
Yeah.
So Koch comes back into the game for Vasquez. He'll pick up the matchup on Burns. Petty now turns the corner and throws it down off the baseline. And man, what an athletic move by Brandon Petty.
Yep.
He's got a high ceiling as a junior. Man. Horn now gets it out in the perimeter, working against Burns. And now backdoor cut by Koch, and it goes away. And Bourne now picks up it, gets the recovery.
Long arms.
Yeah.
Long arms.
There's Busey. Gets it to Morrison for three. Just off the heel. Koch runs down the rebound. Backdoor cut to Morrison. Out to Koch. Fakes the three. Gets downhill in the lane. Up off the glass. And it's good. Great job by Sam Koch to work his way into the paint and lay it off the glass. Adams now gets in the lane. And Morrison with the steal. And he goes down. And Morrison kind of wanted to foul. There's a lot of contact there, but no whistle. And he was kind of shocked. And so Morrison steps out of bounds. And it's Morton ball. And now Krupa comes back into the game for the Potters, replaces Burns.
And so Geyer comes in for Jones, and Beekman comes in for
Bourne, it looks like.
Yep.
So with 2:30 to go, Morton inbound, goes to Petty. Three-pointers up, no good. Beekman now. Krupa just kind of stuffed Beekman under the rim.
Out of the way, yeah.
He got the layup there. So
wow.
That's a senior against a sophomore right there, Scotty. Morrison now gets his way into the lane, and he charges. And
I think he did charge.
Krupa picks up the charge for the Potters, and that'll be Morrison's first foul. And Morrison just got a little out of control there. He needed to maybe pull up and just create some space there for himself.
Just shoot that little teardrop, you know?
Yeah. Trying to get downhill, and Krupa just didn't budge that position. Petty now against Koch. Gets it out to McKee for three. And that's something we don't want to see is McKee getting hot from the three-point line. Brings the game down to 2. And Potters have cut into that 7-point lead here pretty quickly. Morrison's got it. Gets it to Koch. Koch now gets it to Beekman. Back to Koch for three. Long rebound out to Steffen. He's on the run. Layups up. Koch with the rebound. Koch with a lot of contact. No call, and that gets it up to Morrison. Reverses it, and just too high for Busey to handle. So the Potters to inbound here. Down by 2 with 1:18 to go in the half. And this crowd is just ready to explode here.
Yep.
And Morton. So Adams brings it up. He's guarded by Busey. Petty now gets it against Koch. Pulls up for the jumper. It's long, and Koch pulls it down. And a little contact there from Krupa, but looks like the ball gets knocked out of bounds to the Redbirds.
Jones will come back in for Beekman. You got right at about a minute to go in the half, Randy.
Morton showing kind of full court pressure here. Looks like it's zone press. Ball goes all the way down to Jones on the block. Gets it out to Busey for three. Doesn't go. Krupa with the rebound. Adams now brings it up. Gets it to the corner and knocked out of bounds by Koch.
Wow.
So the Potters to inbound. And now Burns returns to the lineup. He replaces Krupa. And Krupa gives Morton some good minutes.
Morton comes in for Busey.
The key to inbound, gets it into Adams. Picks up a screen from Steffen. Works his way into the lane. Gets it to Petty. Petty now to Burns. The layup is good. We're all tied up here with 30 seconds to go in the half. Morton still in the little zone. Well, now they back it off. Now it's just kind of full court man. Morrison now against McKee. Crosses over. Gets it out to Koch. Like the Redbirds will hold for one. Ball goes into Bourne. And McKee tries to grab Morrison now for three. Just rims out. And it goes off of Bourne out of bounds. It's 0.8 to go here in the half.
Boy, that was everything but down.
Oh, yeah. It was just barely climbed out. Adams now with the full court heave. And that'll bring us to halftime. All knotted up at 24 here in Morton.
We'll take a time now to hear from our sponsors. Welcome back to Morton as the Redbirds they went in tied at halftime.
Had a 7-point lead there, kind of midway through the second, and just a couple little things didn't go our way, and Morton came back.
Well, they had a three, and then we had a couple turnovers. They got some buckets, but I think by and large, Coach James is pretty happy with what that first half.
Yeah, he's got to be happy, and Morton has done a pretty nice job on the offensive boards. Just again using their physicality and whatnot. So Redbirds have to get a little more physical and block off and do those little things that we talk about all the time. But Colin Morrison did a great job coming in off the bench, hitting a couple threes. I think he's got, 8 points?
Yeah, something like that.
In the first half, so he's had a nice job. Sam Potts with 9. I'm not sure. Jones has got a three-pointer out of the corner.
So it'll be Redbird ball to start the second half.
So, yeah, Redbirds, right in this. I mean, what else would you expect here at Morton, again, after that triple overtime game, So
the Redbirds come out with their starting lineup with the exception that Geyer's in for Bourne.
Morton's got the starters out there. All 5 seniors. Geyer now against Burns. Gets it to Busey. Busey guarded by McKee. Busey gets in the paint off the board. Nice job by Busey to take it in. And, the Redbirds are really doing a nice job driving the lane and finishing up high off the glass. You got to be strong in there.
Busey gets so high on those. Some of those rebounds, he looks like he's a 6'5" or 6'6" kid.
Yeah, Busey really can leap. Burns backs his way into the lane. Little baby hook, and it goes. Tough moving. Morton comes out here showing full court pressure.
And who comes back to get the ball? Gavin Geyer.
Yep, Geyer kind of releases that pressure in the middle. Now Geyer's got it. Again, guarded by Burns. Hands off to Vasquez. Guarded by Adams. Jones sets the screen for him. Jones now wants the post against Adams. Koch in the corner, gets it out to Jones. Again against Adams here. Jones gets it to Koch. Guarded by Steffen. Now to Geyer. Now he reverses it over to Busey for 3. Out of the corner, Geyer with the rebound on the backside. Works his way in the lane. Gets it out to Koch. Sets the screen for Koch. Koch now gets downhill. And it doesn't go. Burns came over. He may have tipped that ball a little bit. Steffen now works his way in the lane. And Redbird ball off of Burns. And Redbird's inbound against the pressure. Vasquez gets it. Vasquez guarded by Adams. Gets the ball to Busey. Now to Geyer. Geyer works his way in the lane. Gets it out to Busey. Busey.
And got it.
Finishes over McKee on the baseline. Adams now hands off to McKee. McKee gets downhill. Leaves it for Steffen. Steffen now back to McKee. Now to Adams. Out to Burns for three. Doesn't go. Jones with the rebound. Great job by the Redbirds to block off that time. Every guy was checked off.
I thought it was really good defense. They kind of suckered him into shooting that shot. It probably wasn't the shot they wanted. Oh, then the bad.
And now the pass just sails away from Sam Koch. And that'll be Morton ball. And now Petty comes into the game for the Potters. He replaces McKee. Jones will take up the task of guarding Petty. Zeller now drives baseline, kicks it out for Burns.
Nice job by Busey.
Burns now gets downhill. Adams now for three. That's that inside-out look that we talked about, Scott. That's a high percentage three-point opportunity there.
Birds need to answer.
Geyer gets in the lane, takes an extra step, and that'll be Morton to inbound. And Geyer was so excited, Burns over pursued him on the pass, and he had nice lane to the bucket there, and just got a little too excited. Zeller trying to work his way in the paint. He does. Doesn't go. Burns comes up with the rebound. Gets knocked away by Jones. And Zeller now picks it up. Kicks it out to Petty. Now to Adams for three. Off the front. Stepping with the rebound.
We had position, but the balls were so rebounded so
long
far
rebounds
out.
off those three-point misses are tough. You got to check guys out all over it. Zeller now kicks it out to Petty. Guarded by Jones. Petty now with kind of an ISO. Gets it over to Adams. Adams leaves it for Zeller out in the circle. Petty comes up high, gets it over to Zeller. Burns now cuts down, gets the layup. Gives Morton a three-point lead here. 3:25 to go in the third. Busey guarded by Zeller. Gets it out to Jones. Now to Geyer. To Koch. Koch now attacks, and he gets fouled on the backside. And that goes against Burns.
That's probably a good foul because he had a straight path to the basket.
Yeah, that was going to be a layup, so Burns picks up his first.
Birds need a bucket.
Ball goes in to Busey. Now to Vasquez, back to Busey for three. And nothing but net. Ties things up here at 31. Ball goes into Steffen. Gets down the block, kicks it out to Zeller. In
Great
the lane.
job.
Gets it to Petty. Petty works his way in the paint. And ball's off of Burns, out of bounds to the Redbirds.
That's some really good defense there by Vasquez.
Great job by Vasquez. And, he almost drew a charge there. Vasquez kind of turned with the elbow. And Vasquez did a great job getting in front of it. And now McKee comes back into the game. He replaces Zeller. And for the Redbirds,
Morton comes in for Geyer.
Morton still just showing a little token pressure there on the inbound. The full court. And Redbirds with a chance to take the lead here. Ball goes to Jones. Now to Bourne. Now to Koch. Down in the paint. And now it's going to be a foul on Burns. That'll be his second. So Redbirds will inbound.
I like how we got the ball up high to Jones and let him go get it.
Yes, absolutely. Koch to inbound for the Birds. Ball goes into Vasquez. To Koch for three. Short. The ball's up. And Bourne runs it down, but he has to save it. McKee picks it up. And now here comes Morton. Petty now with the jump shot. Off the heel. Ball gets knocked out by Steffen. Recovered by McKee. He now gets in the paint. Kicks it out to Adams. Now up to Steffen. There's Burns, has it in the circle. He's working against Bourne. Gets it out to Adams. Adams now working against Koch. Gets it down to Burns. Burns on the block. And doesn't go. Bourne now with the rebound. And that's going to be 3 on Burns.
Yep.
And that's
Great
a quick
job
3
by-
fouls.
Great job by Bourne to check him off.
Walled up. Got his hands up against the shot and blocks off.
Morrison comes in for Vasquez. A good substitution there.
And then Burns comes out of the game with 3 fouls for Morton.
Been a quick quarter.
Yeah. Morrison to Jones, down to Bourne, to Koch. Koch fakes the 3, drives baseline, reverse layup doesn't go. Zeller collects the rebound. Adams now has it on the wing, back to Zeller. Zeller attacks, kicks it out to Petty for 3, off the front, and now Bourne is going to get called for the push on the rebound. That'll be the first foul against Bourne here.
It's only our team first also.
Ball goes into Zeller, to Petty, now to Steffen. Up, the layup is good. That's our inbounds play right there, Scott. That's what we run to Jones all day long. They just ran it on us. Koch, guarded by Zeller, gets it to Morrison. Out is to Bourne. Bourne now hands it off to Jones against Petty. Now hands it off to Morrison against McKee. Sets the screen. Morrison now gets it to Bourne. Bourne now, ball's loose, gets it to Morrison. Now to Jones for 3. Doesn't go. Morrison with the rebound. Up off the board, doesn't go. Petty comes in. Ball gets knocked out of bounds to the Potters. Wow, there's some physical basketball going down in the paint tonight here, Scott. Adams brings it up for the Potters, guarded by Busey.
Potters with a 2-point lead, and they'll probably hold for 1 shot, I'm sure.
Yeah. Zeller now up in the circle, and Koch comes and grabs him to slow him down.
With 9 seconds.
And that'll be Koch's second. And now Morton will inbound in front of the bench. Ball goes into Steffen on the block, works his way in, kicks it out, gets tipped. Morrison now with the recovery. Pulls up for 3, doesn't go. And with 0.7 to go, Metamora was out of bounds, so Morton will inbound to end the third quarter. Ball goes into Zeller for their full court keys. And that'll bring us to the end of the third. Potters up by 2, 33-31.
Welcome back to Morton as we head into the fourth quarter. Randy, Morton with that slim 2-point lead. They'll get the ball to start the fourth quarter also.
So Morton comes out. Petty still in for Burns here for the Potters. And Redbird comes out. Looks like Morrison is in for Koch. Steffen's got it, guarded by Bourne. McKee for 3 out top. It's long. Bourne gets the rebound. And now Vasquez bring it over, gets it to Jones, to Bourne, to Busey. Backdoor to Jones, and he finishes the layup, and that's the same play they just ran. So
same result too.
Exactly. It's a great layup play. Zeller works his way in backdoor to Petty. Reverse layup doesn't go. Ball gets knocked away from Vasquez. Little floater's good from Steffen. And now Vasquez has a Petty's down. Ball goes to Bourne for the layup. Nice job by Bourne. Sets the screen and just goes right to the rim for the layup. Ties things up at 35 here.
Great look by Vasquez.
Yeah. Zeller now works his way in. Backdoor cut to McKee. Loses it. Colin Morrison with the steal. Jones now sets the screen for Morrison. Jones now has it, gets it over to Vasquez. Into Bourne. Out to Morrison. Gets in the paint. Goes up strong. Gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot two. And there's a couple guys there for Morton. We'll see who the foul goes against. And it goes against Adams. And that'll be his first.
Yeah.
But there's really three guys there. Could have went against any one of them. Nice job by Morrison to see that daylight and attack.
He kept his dribble, though. That was so important. You keep your dribble. First one's up and good.
Now Burns checks back into the lineup for the Potters, replacing Petty.
Now Randy
and Geyer comes into the lineup for the Redbirds. He replaces Bourne.
So 6:27. Keep that in mind because the game's been a game of runs. We had the rebound, and Jones
rips
just
the
couldn't hang
ball
on.
away from Jones there on that rebound. There's the senior against the sophomore there, Scott.
But you got to keep.
Zeller now.
So with 6:27, though, we got the 1-point lead. It'll be interesting to see what we do from here on out.
Ball to Burns. Back to Zeller. Layup goes.
Oh, a nice cut.
Little give and go there. It gives the Potters a 1-point lead here. With 5:50 to go in the game. Vasquez to Jones to Busey to Geyer. Out to Vasquez. Geyer sets the screen. Vasquez gets in the paint. Back to Geyer. Geyer now out to Jones. Jones. Ball gets knocked away. Recovered by Zeller. McKee for three from the corner. Doesn't go. Long rebound by Adams. Layup good. Gives Morton a 3-point lead here. The gym's getting loud here. Now Coach James takes the timeout with 5:07 to go in the fourth. Potters up by 3. And I think Coach James senses the energy here and says, hey, we got to keep this thing close. We got to score here in this possession. So we'll see what they set up out of this timeout. I'll tell you, the Potters are doing one hell of a job on the offensive boards tonight. I don't know how many offensive rebounds they've had, but
because
it's too
they've
many.
been long rebounds.
They've been long, and they've been physical. We've checked them out a few times, but we just let them be a little bit too loose on us. And you saw Adams just picked up a rebound, put back. I mean,
we've had position on a lot of those, and they've just been so long that it's hard to.
That's one thing, though, against Dunlap. The Redbirds controlled the defensive boards. You know, when you do that, you can really stifle a team's offense. You know, that one shot, done. That gets to be frustrating for them. So Redbirds have to get stronger on the defensive boards here. And obviously, offensively, you've got to see the ball go in the hoop here.
It'll be Redbird ball after the timeout.
Geyer to inbound for the Redbirds. Morrison, Busey, Jones, Vasquez, and Geyer out there for the Birds. Burns, McKee, Steffen, Zeller, and Adams in for the Potters. Vasquez gets downhill, and the layup goes. Brings it to 1 point here.
I like that. You're not trying to get it all back in one time. It's just a 1-point ball game now.
Vasquez, such a strong kid. Adams now drives baseline and gets it, and that was a clear out there on Jones. If you saw that, that was they just cleared out Jones and kind of sealed him. That's the play Washington used to run all the time when they had small guards. Vasquez now kicks out to Jones. Jones drives baseline, gets it blocked, recovers it, and gets fouled on the rebound. And Jones will go to the line to shoot two. And, man, what a nice job by Brady Jones to stay in there and fight and grab that rebound. Foul goes against Steffen. That's his second.
I don't think anybody's really in foul trouble with 4 minutes to go in the ballgame.
No. First one rolls in for Jones. That's a shooter's roll right there.
Yep. And he got the second.
Yep. Closes it back to one here. And like they missed the substitution. Petty's at the scorer's table trying to get checked in, but they just inbounded the ball. Adams now again looking to drive and attack. Ball goes into Burns in the short corner, working against Jones. It's in the paint, kicks it out to Adams, and ball gets knocked away by Morrison, and that'll be Morton to inbound. And now Petty checks into the game for Morton. He replaces Zeller. Adams to inbound. Gets it into McKee for three from the corner. Doesn't go. Petty with the rebound and put back. But Morton back to the three-point lead. Man, Petty is a ton.
Yep.
Nice screen by Morrison. Rolls down to the rim against McKee. Backs his way in. Spins. And now travels. Well, that'll be a turnover. And Coach Dame is asking about the contact, and the ref just shakes him off. So Morton to bring it up.
I don't know. Do you think there was enough contact to call a foul?
Yeah, it's tough to tell.
Got to play some defense here.
Petty now works his way in the lane, spins, gets it to Burns. Layup is good. Morton up by 5 here with 3:10 to go.
Got to get a
in
bucket.
the game. Redbirds need to score. Jones now attacks, gets it out to Geyer. Now to Koch. Back to Geyer. Over to Vasquez. Vasquez now looks to attack and gets fouled by Adams on the drive. That'll be the third team foul on Morton, the second foul on Adams. So Morrison to inbound for the Birds. Ball goes up to Vasquez. Out to Morrison. Fakes the three. Back to Vasquez. Back to Morrison. Now to Geyer. Hands off to Morrison. Now to Geyer. Hands off to Vasquez. Vasquez has to run it down off his leg. And there's Morrison. Morrison's going to get caught for the offensive foul. So that'll be a turnover. Morton to inbound. Morrison now against Adams. Ball goes into Steffen. Hands off to Petty. Petty now attacks the baseline, high off the glass. It's good. That puts Morton up by 7 here. A little over 2 to go. Morrison now brings it up against McKee. And Coach Dame takes the timeout. 2:03 to go in the fourth. And Redbirds need some buckets here.
They need some buckets.
Morton's physicality is kind of wearing on the Redbirds here. Just taking it down, and they're setting a lot of screens and just kind of grinding us down. But last couple of times, just getting it down in the paint, finishing high off the board, getting little backdoor cuts. Those are tough things to stop, but that's what this Morton team does. And they get that ball in the paint. Their interior passing is probably better than any team we've seen all year. You know, they really do a nice job getting the ball up right where it needs to be for that player to finish. But again, you get a guy like Petty going downhill at the rim, awful tough to stop him. You know, you just can't let him get that close to the bucket. You know, he can elevate, shoot over anybody. So we'll see what Coach Dame kicks up here, but we've got to set a couple screens, get some separation. You got to get a three-point shot here. And we got capable shooters out here. You got Morrison, you got Koch, you got Vasquez, and Jones. I mean, you know, and Geyer, I imagine he can hit him. He chooses not to. He's more of a kind of a grit guy in the paint. But you really
have to have your guys, your main guys, shoot your threes.
You got 4 guys out there that are highly capable hitting threes. And here goes Koch. And Koch really gets blocked by Burns. That'll be 4 on Burns. But Koch took a shot in the face from Burns right on that drive early. And you can tell that's kind of what Koch was looking for. And now Busey comes into the lineup. He replaces Geyer, and you really have 5 guys who are just deadly from 3 here in this Redbird lineup right now. Morrison will get the screen, gets the ball in the corner, gets it out to Jones, over to Vasquez. Vasquez now attacks, out to Jones for 3, and Stephen with the rebound on the backside. Ball goes into Adams. Adams now gets it knocked away, recovers, and now Vasquez knocks it out of bounds, so it'll be Morton to inbound. And now you've really got to foul these guys. You've got to try to get a turnover here, because Morton is not going to shoot the ball here, Scotty.
No.
They're just going to look to work the clock, and now Coach Dame takes a 30-second timeout, and I think that's what he's going to do, is kind of rally the troops here and say, guys, we got to foul, we got to get steals, we got to get possessions here. You know, with a minute 39 on the clock. I don't know what the rebounding score is in this game, but we've been out-rebounded by a lot tonight, Scott. You know, it's a low-scoring game when you think about it, but there's been a lot of rebounds here. And I don't know. We got to be -10, -15 in the rebound.
I don't know about that much.
Yeah. I
mean, they've had opportunistic rebounds where, you know, as soon as they get it, it looks like they're wide open and they get buckets. But
Burns to inbound for the Potters. And Jones now knocks it out of bounds. Potters to inbound. McKee now will come to inbound. Off the baseline.
The only underclassman they've played this game is Petty.
Petty now attacks the baseline, and he gets fouled by Bourne. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. That'll be the second on Bourne. I'm surprised to see them attacking that aggressively here at this point in the game. And now Geyer and Busey come in, replacing Bourne and Jones.
Yeah.
And for the Potters, Burns comes back in. He replaces McKee. Koch with the rebound. Redbirds down by 8. Now Busey's got it. To Morrison. Gets it to Vasquez. Vasquez now drives baseline, kicks it out to Morrison. Morrison now for 3. It doesn't go. Burns with the rebound. And now Redbirds looking to attack. And Vasquez gets called for the foul on the backside. And now McKee comes back in the lineup. He'll replace Zeller. And now Bourne comes back in for the Birds. He replaces Busey. Minute 8 here on the clock. McKee gets the inbound. Gets it over to Adams. Adams now to Petty, out to Steffen. The Redbirds have to foul here. Foul, there's Vasquez, gives the foul on McKee. And that'll be Morton to inbound. Next foul, Morton will be shooting 2. Ball goes into McKee. They double him. And there's Morrison now fouls McKee, and that'll take him to the line to shoot 2.
I think it all came down to seniors.
Yeah, seniors and physicality. And, the Potters cleaned up the boards tonight. You know what I mean?
They did. They did.
I feel like that's where the game was won here. It was a battle of rebounds. You know, a kind of a sloppy game. So that makes it 10 here with 50 seconds to go. And now Busey checks back into the lineup for the Redbirds. Vasquez brings it up. Busey's got it. Gotch. To Vasquez for 3. Off the front. Jones with the rebound. It gets blocked by Petty. Jones now commits the foul, and Petty to go to the line to shoot 2 here with 32 seconds on the court. And the Morton faithful here can feel it. Jim Matson helps out by getting the rebound, getting it back to the official there. Petty makes it 11. Ball goes up to Ashton Taylor, who gets the bucket.
They went on, I think, a 9-0 run.
Yeah. And, the Morton defense was unbelievable. We didn't create any separation. Hard to get a shot off. You got a guy right in your face. We're setting screens. They're fighting through screens, working through screens, switching defense. Morton was impressive tonight.
Yep.
Yep. You look at the Redbirds and you say, you know what, this is where we want to be in next year.
Oh, and the year after.
In 2 years. We want to be a team like this that, plays physical and handles their business and, is a force to be reckoned with, right? So, we talked about it, Scott. We said it a lot this year. This was the year to beat Metamora, right?
For sure.
They're
sure.
young. And now these guys have seen it, and we're going to bring back 5 returning starters next year.
We bring back everybody.
The last time we did something like this, some good things happened for the Redbirds.
For sure.
Ball goes into McKee, gets doubled. Burns now over to Adams. Bourne is trying to foul him. Finally, they call it late on Morrison. Morrison gets the foul. That brings Adams to the line. Shoot 2. And now McKee comes out. Zeller's in for him. And now Koch comes into the game for the Redbirds, replaces Bourne. And Steffen now with another rebound right on cue. And he gets fouled. He'll go to the line.
So Metamora will finish the year at 21-10. Pretty good for a rebuilding year.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't know that we get to 20 this year, Scott. But looking at the way we played, there's a couple of games in there that
Probably should have won.
Yeah. I mean, we had leads and leads slipped away and stuff. So what a nice year of growth here for the Redbirds. Nothing to be ashamed of here when you lose to a team like Morton. I mean, these guys are tough. Jones for three. Doesn't go. Burns with the rebound. Gets fouled.
We should have just let him go there.
And Burns will go to the line to shoot two. With 5.2 on the clock. And this is Morton's first regional title in the last 12 years.
Wow. And we'd won 5 in a row.
So well deserved by this group of seniors.
Yep.
I mean, like I said, these guys busted their butt. Coach Zeller has come in here, done a nice job with these guys. You got a coach's son out there as a point guard. They've got all the little elements here that'll fall into place. And as a middle Illini guy, now you got to say, you know what, we got to root for the Potters. Let's have them bring home a trophy. You know what I mean? Let's let them represent the conference.
They'll
right?
play East Peoria on Monday or Tuesday maybe.
Oh yeah, that's right. Busey for three, and that'll do it. Redbirds go down the regional here in Morton, 55-42, and the Potters will go on. You said Tuesday in the sectional,
I believe they play East Peoria.
And where's that sectional being held?
I think that's in Ottawa, maybe.
Ottawa, you're right. It's Ottawa sectional, and then it goes up to DeKalb again. Last time it was in DeKalb was the incident,
Well, that was a super sectional.
Or that was the super, okay. So,
and I think it's back up there again.
Exactly. It's back up there. Somebody told me that they've repainted the floor up there.
Yeah.
Since that game. So, but the Morton here celebrates at the home regional, and they're off to the sectional. So, what a nice season. And what a nice job this year by Coach Dame.
Yep.
And, bringing this young team along. And, man, they competed all year long, So, we saw glimpses of what this team is capable of, and
yep.
in the offseason they're going to get bigger, they're going to get stronger, they're going to mature. Everybody's going to have a driver's license next year on the varsity team.
Yep.
And the Redbirds will be a force to be reckoned with. So I want to thank Matt Polk for helping us do stats today on the MTCO team. So here we are with the regional plaque presentation.
Well, Randy, another good season. Thank you so much. Thank Eli Young. I want to thank my brother Mike, the camera, Jonathan Stahlberg on the sideline cam. I want to thank Phoenix up at MTCO for helping out.
Tom Hagen did a great job helping us out as a producer.
And I don't believe this will be our last broadcast, but we'll see what happens. We will be breaking away from MTCO, which is now Metro. And hopefully we'll be able to broadcast all the games in football and basketball next year, but it's going to take some doing. So, but it's been a nice run so far, and thank you guys. And we'll see you. We will cover some baseball, softball games this year yet. So, thank you guys so much.
Always a blast to cover the Redbirds.
Yeah, it is.
They're great kids.
That'll do it for Morton. Redbirds dropped. I'm not going to say a heartbreaker because they were probably underdogs, but they gave it a pretty good effort. They lose 55-42. Well, I'm sure they'll be back next year bigger, stronger, like we talked about.
Absolutely.
That'll do it for Morton. We'll see you in about 3 weeks for baseball.